Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Octane. Today we are finally going to drive the Octane for the first time. But before that, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Wave Punk, Cliff, and the folks at Psionics at the Boston Spring Major. While we weren't able to show off the car with our fans like we had originally hoped, we were able to film this awesome interview that was shown both in the arena and on the official RLCS broadcast on Twitch.
That is actually pretty sick. Also, the fact that Wave could fit in
That's
there
what I was going to say.
Most impressive thing.
I don't think
That's why they couldn't put the roof on it.
I'll drop the link in the description if you want to see the full thing. We certainly still have a lot of work to do, but I'm happy to say things are heading in the right direction. As for today's video, if you want to jump ahead and just see the Octane in action, that's fine. Go ahead and skip to the timestamp below. Otherwise, I'm going to pick up where we left off last video and show some of the final work being done. We'll start off with the shifter. I'll say the design of this was a little nifty just because we weren't able to mount it to the floor, and so it gets mounted to the side of the seat and then uses a couple of linkages and some blades here to kind of transfer that torque from the driver's right hand side back behind the seat to the bottom left of the engine where the actual shift linkage is. Now, speaking of the seat, not only did we need custom mounts for the shifter, but we also had to cut slots for the seat belts, as the seat we have here is originally a sim racing seat. And the reason why we did that was because we needed something that was more reclined than your standard racing seat. And so it pains me to actually have to drill and cut this thing, but in the end I don't think it turned out too bad. This is also a full 6-point harness that we're putting into the Octane. You know, there's no airbags, there's no crumple structure really on it, so yeah, we'll drive it with the full harness and a Hans device on just to be safe. Now, one thing we showed in the last video was the basic rope routing of the brake lines and clutch line, and I'm happy to say we've gone ahead and upgraded all of that to our actual soft lines. Of course, that also includes bleeding the brakes and the clutch, just to make sure we get all the air out of the lines. While both those systems are hydraulic, the throttle cable itself is just a mechanical linkage. I didn't have any good footage of that, but we're going to go ahead and move on with the chain. Now, some other work has gone in off screen as well, with running and mounting the throttle cable, reinstalling the radiator and the exhaust, and some of the other things we took off previously. but we'll just go ahead and jump forward and actually put the chain on here. And once that chain was installed, we could actually tension it, fire up the engine, and see if we could spin the rear wheels. With that taken care of, we're just about ready to hit the road. We'll do a last couple torque checks, but then I'm going to suit up and we'll get to the part that everyone's been waiting for.
Because I lost all chain tension, and I couldn't accelerate.
Now, unfortunately, it ended up being a little bit more than just the chain, so that put an end to our first drive day. But we made the changes we needed to make and went back out for round 2. And here's actually where we're going to end today's video. We've still got some stuff we got to dial in, but overall a very successful couple of drives. As far as what's next, really the body's going to be our main focus here coming up. Most likely the front bumper as we kind of work our way from front to back. But thanks everyone for following, subscribing, and really helping us get this far. I can't wait to see you in the next one. I'm Mega Dookie, and this is the first real life driving Octane.